Together, growing in faith, changing communities.
Dear brothers and sisters, the gospel we have just heard today, we hear of Jesus calming the storm. But before everything else and before everything happens, I like what Jesus does. Jesus, having been with the crowd, sees that now it's time to take my mission to the other side. And for me, this shows that Jesus is for everyone. Jesus does not end his mission with certain people, but he wants to be known all over and wants to save everyone. And he wants his mission to continue. So he says to his disciples, let us go, let us cross over to the other side. But the first thing that he does, he throws himself from the crowd that he was with. And I think that is important for us as well, to withdraw from the crowd, to take some time for ourselves, to have time to discover ourselves, to have time to be alone with God, to have time to have a personal conversation with God, and to withdraw ourselves from the crowd. And from all the busyness of the day, from all the commotion, and just have time for ourselves. Do we ever have time for ourselves? Time to think about your life. Time to think about you. Most of the time when you have children, when you have a family, the things that you think about pertains to the family. How are you going to help the family? How are you going to help your kids? But do you have time for yourself? To say, this is the person I want to be. And from here, this is where I want to go. Time for yourself, withdrawing from the crowd and having time for yourself. And this helps us as well to listen to God. Having time for yourself helps us to listen and ask God, what are you saying to me in this time? What are you saying to me in this situation? God, what are you saying? What is it that you want me to do? Because sometimes we do not find ourselves because we are always in the crowd. And we always hide amongst the people. And sometimes we know that certain things are for certain people. Therefore, I just need to stay back and relax. And thus we don't reach our full potential. And there are things that are in us that are not manifested because we hide in a crowd. And sometimes we just need some time to stand back and say, I need time for myself to discover myself and all that God has blessed me with. And also I need to withdraw myself from the crowd that could affect my life negatively. I need to withdraw myself from negative people. People who are not productive. People who do not speak well of others. Because eventually, if I associate myself with people who do not have anything positive to contribute in my life, I'll end up being a negative person as well. And that will have a negative impact in my life. And I need to ask myself, do I engage in meaningful conversation? Or what I do is, I just have conversations that are meaningless. Conversation about other people, a conversation that really does not contribute anything that is positive in my life. You know, I need to withdraw myself from the crowd that only speaks about material things, neglecting that which is spiritual. People who are mediocre, people who settle for less. Maybe it's time to withdraw from those people and say, I need to find myself. And so that whatever God has given me, and whatever gifts that God has given me, I need them to manifest in my life. So I need to take an initiative. But I like also what other theologians are saying in this verse. They say he got rid of the crowd. Not only did he withdraw from the crowd, but he got rid of the crowd. And I believe this is saying to me, there are things in my life that I need to get rid of in order to be in a good relationship with God. There are things that I need to get rid of. Probably something that is stopping me to have a good relationship with God is anger. And it's something I should look into. And I can only look into it when I am alone. When I reflect and I realize that the reasons why I'm doing such and such a thing is because I am an angry person. And I need to get rid of those things. And sometimes I need to get rid of the things that make me a bitter person. I need to let go of certain things in my life so that I can be in good standing with God. And I need to identify those things that make me a bitter person. But also, withdrawing from the crowd has to do with detachment. There are things that I need to detach myself from. Probably I was given a certain position and I don't seem to move forward, I don't seem to have progress in my life because I'm still holding on to that position. And today is an opportunity that Jesus is telling us that sometimes you need to get rid of those things. I need to detach myself. Probably I cannot give myself fully to the relationship that I'm currently in because I'm still attached to the previous relationship. And I still have comparison and I still compare the person that I am with the person that I have been with. And it's time to detach myself. Maybe I have lost someone has passed on, and I don't seem to find a way to pull through. Probably I need to detach myself from that. And I need to allow God to work in me so that I can be able to move to the other side as Jesus was continuing with his mission. But the first thing that he did was to detach himself from the crowd that he was with. The second thing is that Jesus went into the boat. But now I want to take my attention and focus it to the disciples. The disciples knew that they were on a journey and they took Jesus with them. Brothers and sisters, there is a danger in going and taking a journey or going or progressing in life without Jesus in your life. I can imagine the disciples being in the boat and in the middle of the sea, and suddenly the wind stirs up and the waves shake the boat, and they fill the boat to the point where the boat is sinking. And the person that comes to their rescue is Jesus. And who comes to your rescue when you are in the midst of trouble? And brothers and sisters, there is a danger in leaving Jesus behind. So we need to ask ourselves now and then, where is Jesus in my life? Is Jesus still part of my life? Have I not neglected Jesus? Do I still journey with him? It is important to have Jesus in your boat of life. Because when the storm comes, Jesus will be there with you. But also what I notice is that when the waves shook the boat, it seemed as if Jesus was sleeping. And to the point that they saw themselves that they were perishing. And the disciples started asking, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? Are you not worried that we are dying?" It is as if they are saying, having you here is useless because you are not helping with anything. And for me, as I reflect, it is only human to ask those questions. I myself those questions. I've been in a position where I asked God, are you there? Really, are you there? If you are there, why are we suffering? Why am I perishing? And during this time of COVID-19, I think it's the similar situation. We can identify ourselves with the position of the disciples. That, Lord, if you are there, why are we perishing? Why are we losing so many of our brothers and sisters? And I remember in 2014, when I was beginning with my journey to the formation, to the priesthood, I lost my father, and I had just begun with this journey. And I was battling with God, asking God, why during this time? What is it that you are saying to me? Don't you care that I am coming to you to serve you? Is it the sign probably that you are not calling me? What is it, God, that you want me to do? And for me, I battled with this question, that God sometimes can keep quiet and allow the storm to shake the boat. I don't know what is your storm, but I know that each and every one has his or her storm that is shaking. Probably the storm is emotional. You have your own emotional storm that everyone does not see. You have your own storms that when you go to bed at night, you have sleepless nights, and in the morning you have to wake up and smile and see and make as if everything is okay. And when you go to work and when you put on that makeup and you just make everybody see that everything is going well, but deep down you know that there is a storm that is shaking the boat. I don't know what your storm. Maybe you are a family, you are a couple, and when you are outside and everyone they see you happy, they see you smiling, but when you get home, you know that there is a storm that is cooking. You know that I am sitting in this relationship and things are not going well for me. But when I go out there, I have to pretend as if everything is okay, and things are falling apart, and it seems as if Jesus is just keeping quiet and not saying anything. But even in that storm, I want to assure you that Jesus is there. He might not be saying anything, but Jesus is there in that storm. And I like the fact that they woke Jesus up. They had to cry and say, Jesus, do you not care that we are perishing? And sometimes that should be our prayer. Prayer that wakes Jesus up. And we don't have to pretend in prayer, to pretend as if everything is going well, and try to find eloquent words to say to God. We should just be as we are to God and say, God, you see now that I'm perishing. Why are you so quiet? And we need to wake God and say, God, help me here. Help me here, I am dying. And surely, Jesus wakes up. And when Jesus wakes up, he first speaks to the storm, not to the disciples. He says, peace, be still. Sometimes Jesus speaks to our storms without us knowing that Jesus is quietening our storms. And sometimes we might think that Jesus is quiet in our storms, but Jesus is still speaking to the situation before he speaks to us. And I want to say today, don't worry if you see things that are not going well, but don't stop calling on Jesus. Call on Jesus even when things are not going well. Call on Jesus. Call on Jesus and say, Jesus, don't you care that I'm perishing? And Jesus will speak to your situation. And even before he speaks to you, even before he says, I heard your prayer, Jesus will speak to your situation. Today, brothers and sisters, I don't know what storm that you are facing in your life, but I'm saying bring that storm to Jesus. As we are about to receive Jesus in the blessed sacrament, as we are about to receive Jesus in Holy Communion, let us ask Jesus to bring peace in our lives, to to bring peace in our storms of life, and ask Jesus to say, peace, be still, to whatever situation that we are facing, whatever that is troubling us. Let us ask Jesus to bring peace.